What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream. Hopefully, everybody's doing well tonight. Um, we'll go over tonight's topic. Give people a few minutes to join in on the festivities and stuff. Um, tonight's topic is going to be what would I do if I were just starting over again in reselling and it was my first day or first week or you know just getting back at it full swing. And what I would do. Would I do the same thing I've done, or would I do things differently, or what would the situation be? Especially for someone going full time this year, it was a little bit different when I first started doing eBay. So things are, probably a little bit different than what I would have done then now. So I feel like a lot of people probably can, glean a few nuggets from this here topic. So hopefully, people show up and we provide some value. Lisa says, "See you in a little bit." She showed up pretty early, flipping Joker. The suspense. Yeah, welcome. What's up, Hillary? How you doing? Appreciate you coming and hanging out. Bobby, what's going on? How are you? Hope you're doing well too. Um, give some people some time to roll in here. Um, Good, great, fabulous. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to you, and happy Tuesday as well. So, right, with summer being, kind of wonky and weird this year, it's definitely a different time than when I went full time last year. Not last year, full time in 2021 is when I went full time, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Went full time 2021, right, in October. So I was doing this 2 years ago at this time. Just did like 5 or 10 a day. Nothing major. I had gotten thrown into a couple of like ridiculous challenges that I was definitely not ready for. Uh, Paul Philly Flipper was doing like 10 a day in May, and then he went to 15 a day in June. And that really, as a new reseller, not really knowing what to do, not really selling a lot of items, going from listing like five, max a day. I wasn't consistent whatsoever with the number of items that I listed, but I did list something every day, whether it was one, whether it was five, whether it was two. Um, I was listing every day. But then I went from that point to just jumping straight into doing 10 a day. I didn't have the capital to do it. I didn't have the knowledge to do it. And I did it. So by the time you fast forward a few months, when I decided to go full time, um, that's when I started getting consistent about having a listing goal. So if I was to start today and this was like my first day full time, the thing that I would already want to have in place is a consistent listing goal, a place to consistently get the items that I'm going to be listing full time at, and some type of schedule that's going to help me stick to the script and get all this stuff done. Now, even in my current life, right, every single day is different, but I do have pretty much every single day, even though, so I have a Monday day, I have a Tuesday day, I have a Wednesday day, and none of these 3 days are the same. But every Monday is the same as the previous Monday. Every Tuesday is the same as the previous Tuesday, with a few minor exceptions of unpredictable junk that just gets thrown in the way. But overall, I stick to the script. And that's what really helps me produce the best results that I find so far is just being consistent. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing? eBay has been so unpredictable. eBay is unpredictable. It has been unpredictable. And I think that if you try to spend too much time on predicting what eBay is going to do for you, it'll drive you bananas. Um, so you can't predict what an algorithm's going to do. You can't predict what some website's going to do for you. But what you can predict and take control of is how many items you put up for sale every day. Uh, I'm optimistic this Tuesday on the growth for the rest of the year. I picked up great items, hoping the results will show up. So as long as you're picking up quality items and listing them in a manner that someone can find them, they will sell. Even a quality item with a bad title will sell. It's just how long will it take? So that's one of the biggest things that I've noticed is when I was first listing items, garbage titles. The best of items still were like not selling for full potential because that just weren't able to be found. So, and then overpricing items too. Like that's a huge problem I see a lot of people have, is overpricing their items. So if you got a really great item, but it's 20 $25 over eBay value price, you're probably going to sit on it. Um, What's up, Marcus? God bless you, brother. Thank you. And by the way, I want to send a big shout out and a thank you to everybody that did donate to my plane ticket. I got more than enough money that I needed. Although the extra money does not go to me, it still goes to the mission trip itself. So you guys are awesome. I did message the woman that's in charge of the fundraisers. She says she will deactivate the link now, so you don't need to donate anymore. Um, it's especially at this point, if you guys try to, you're probably not going to be able to donate. But so I thank you, everyone. This is definitely not something to line my pockets. Like I'm not trying to get people to give me any money. This money does not go to me. I'm just thankful that you guys were able to show up and show out and help me to save souls for Christ, man, and at least go put a bug in their ear. If they don't get saved, they're gonna hear about some Jesus. So I appreciate everyone. Some of you guys, man, made some astronomical donations that really blew my mind, touched my heart. So I thank everybody. Norma, hey Marcus, hello everyone. This is not easy. I'm coming back from my all-day Benz day. I'm exhausted. I get wiped out. I'm telling you this much right now. My first go round at the Benz, I'm like all in. But after going to the Benz and then sitting in my car for 2 hours and like just scrolling through social media or like talking on the phone or like just not moving, by the time I get back in that line for the second trip at the Benz, I'm like, I'm not feeling this, but I go in there and I get it done. It's an all day task. It can be a chore. Definitely rewarding though. Crypto puzzles. What's going on, man? How you doing? Um, Things have been very consistent on my end. List 15 a day, sell 8 to 10 a day. That's great. That's a really great place to be at. Um, Very happy for you there. Yes, I'm participating in a listing challenge of 35 items a week. I long for the days of 35 items a week. Uh, enjoy while you're that small, um, and just sit back and enjoy the ride. I don't know how big you plan on getting, or if that's overwhelming for you, but enjoy it. I promise you, it doesn't get any better. Woohoo! Hope you have a great time on your mission trip. Thank you, Hillary. I hope I do too. I am. I really would like to be able to film stuff down there, but there's been threats of not bringing anything that's going to make you stand out and be a target. So I don't think I'm even going to be able to get any photos taken. So I got to figure out how that goes. I have not seen any photos of any of these mission trips, so I don't think that it's something we're like able to share in large amounts. Maybe I might be able to like sneak a picture of something cool, but I don't know. I'll have to figure it all out while I'm there. I also think people need to not expect the price they put on the item. I'm consistent. I'm constantly sending and accepting offers. I'll take a few bucks profit instead of waiting for an unrealistic price expectancy. That's solid advice right there, hands down. Somebody give him a drops mic, because that's really what it is. We buy stuff right for a very low price, and then we put it online for 5, 10 times the markup of what we paid for it. Then we got the nerve to get mad that somebody lowballs us. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people know what's up. A lot of people come to eBay because they know that the bulk of us out there have got this stuff at a yard sale, the bins, at a thrift store, or something. Uh, they know that we're paying pennies on the dollar for this, and we're trying to tax them, right? So, like at the end of the day, they're just trying to get a better deal because they know that we got it for a good deal. That doesn't mean that it doesn't aggravate me, right? It aggravates the crap out of me, but at the same time, if it's an item that I've got 10 of them listed, or if I can go get two more of them, if I just went out and looked for them today, I'm not going to hang on to them. Case in point, somebody offered me, um, well, they offered me 50% off. I didn't take the 50% off. They offered me $10 on one sweatshirt and $8 on another sweatshirt, and I counted at 15 and 17, and they paid. You know what I mean? They paid, and I gave them a good deal on the shipping. But sometimes people are just throwing those prices out there, so they're just trying to see what they can get off. So Sometimes countering does work, but for the most part, I never get the sell on a counter offer, so I just pass. What's up, Josh? How you doing, bro? All thanks to you, brother. You help many who want the help. I try, at the end of the day, though, you don't have to do any of the things that I'm suggesting or any of the things that I do because you could pick up all Pokemon cards and sell for 250. Why would you want to go out here and just accept offers? That doesn't. So if it doesn't apply, let it fly. And that's the thing where I think people need to practice discernment when they listen to my videos or they participate in a live stream. If you ask me a question and you don't like the answer, you don't have to apply it. Uh, but if you're asking for something that I've learned from my experience of what's helped me, and you still don't apply it, then that's definitely probably going to be a foolish mistake. Um, because I'm not going to give you guys some advice that I think is going to hurt you. That's for sure. What's up, John? How you doing, bro? Appreciate the dono. You are the man. Key, what's going on, man? How you doing? Uh, Hillary dropped the mic on him. I'll always be small because I work 32 hours a week at my other job. I just reached my goal of maintaining a store inventory at 200. It was a struggle to keep it above 150, so I'm seeing growth. That's a good problem to have, though. If you're struggling to keep listings in your store because they're doing so well, that's not a bad problem. What's up, Miss Lachey? Hope everyone has a good week. Yep, I'm having a decent one so far. Exactly. I just want to cycle inventory constantly. I'm currently at 50% sell through rate in 90 days for my store overall. That's pretty good, man. I think I'm not at 50%, but that's because my store is pretty big. I'm at like I don't really know. I'd have to look at my spreadsheet. Hold on, real quick. Gotta do some numbers real quick. I'm at 61% sell through for the month. I don't think that's I feel like that's a little inflated. It might not be though. I don't know. Currently, I have these numbers are actually old. I haven't done the numbers for I have not done June or July's numbers, so I feel like it's gone down some. So I know all my numbers went down for July. Uh, so that was June's sell through rate. I've also grown the store by like over 1,000 items since then as well. So what's up, Travis? How you doing, bro? Dollar signs. What's going on? Jay, what's up? I have been picking up good items, some with tags, good conversion rate, selling 100% plus in 90 days, listing at market rate. I'm hoping that I can get to 10K a month by the end of the year. Where you at now? 10K a month by the end of the year. I want to say I was listing 25 a day. Um, Listing 25 a day. Maybe it was 30 a day. I was at 10K a month. Um, Now I'm at listing 50 a day, and I'm at like 18K a month, 18.5 a month. My goal is to get to 20K a month by the end of the year. I've learned at a young age people don't want your advice unless it affirms their feelings. When people want help, they will gladly take advice and apply it. It's like that with a lot of things, my friends. Sometimes, you don't get the help you need till you hit rock bottom. Miguel, how's eBay been? Is it back to somewhat normal or are sales still down a lot? So like yesterday and the few days before that were pretty decent. I did have like an $800 day a couple of days ago, which is the higher end of things for me. But today's kind of garbage. Um, Today I'm at 316 so far with 11 sales, which is definitely way below standard. Um, I don't know. I don't know what makes days good or bad. I don't, you know what I mean? I list the same type of items all the time. So at the end of the day, really all I can do is send as many offers as I can. A lot of my offers come to you guys. Um, the bulk of my offers come to you guys as subscribers of the channel. Uh, I can't control that. You know what I mean? So if you guys get an offer from me, my bad. I'm just trying to make some sales, but you guys uh, probably do receive the bulk of them. So when it comes down to it, man, eBay being down or up, I'm still gonna do the same thing. Which brings me to another point. Hold on one second. Marcus, what is your opinion of conversion rates sell through on items? How do you decide what to pick up? So for me, when I first got started, I was 100% sell through. And the way I determined that was I would get on the eBay app. And there's a legit formula, but ain't nobody got time for doing all that. So the most simplest and basic way that I break it down at is I look an item up. I see how many are active, right? So 100 active, I look to see how many have sold. If there's 100 sold in the last 90 days versus active, then I buy it. That's 100% sell through. If I look at it and there's 100 listed and 50 sold, that's a 50% sell through. I'll still buy that. Um, but if I look at it and it's like 100 listed and only two sold, I'm definitely leaving that behind. If I look at it and there's 100 listed and 500 have sold, I'm yanking that thing off the shelf so fast, and I'm probably gonna like look around to make sure nobody sees what I just put in my cart. You know what I mean? Like there's just certain. That's how I do it. I'm not gonna like go into like making spreadsheets and trying to track this brand, this size does well. Like I'm gonna do that by memory. There's a lot of people out there that compile all this data together, which by all means spreadsheet it on up, do what you do. But I'm just picking up the same things that I've sold before, and I'm just gonna resell those because I know that I've sold it once. I can sell it again. Um, that's one of the good things about what sold videos. Make sure that you're listening to a what sold video by someone that does well, um, because anybody could sell stuff on eBay. But you want to listen, and I'm not even like talking about me. I'm talking about like people that are bigger than me. Like watch people like James, my Born Reseller Life. That dude sells like, on a good day, he's selling like 70, 80 items a day. You know what I mean? A day. That's a lot of orders. So he's probably going to be able to show you a lot of things. You might not sell media, but you might find something if you're an everything seller that you can sell. um, so just be mindful of who you're following out there, and how long did that hang on to an item to get top dollar for it. That's another thing. Me, I'm trying to sell everything pretty much as fast as I can, so that's another reason why my sales are a low sales number. I can hang on to it for a year and probably try to get more for it, but the thing is, at a year it's getting discounted at 70% because that's how fast I want my items to move. So it's not good for me to hang on to items longer than 90 days because they're going to start getting cheaper. The lady I trained made 7 sales this past weekend. This was her first weekend as a reseller. That's crazy. See, 7 sales in her first weekend. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be hard. We make it too hard. At the end of the day, you just pick up great stuff, list it the best way you can, uh, and you will make sales for sure. Yeah, Jay, you need to have her uh, give you like some teachers reward. What they give you in school? An apple? Tell them to give you an apple, bro. I agree. Failure has been the best thing that's ever happened to me. Falling on my face taught me a lot and also brought me back to Christ. Yeah, yeah. Fell forward, right? Don't fall backwards. Fell forward. If you are not learning from your mistakes, that's the definition of wisdom. You know what I mean? It's like learning from things you go through in life, refining your character, building your muscle, right? So like that way you don't have to learn, you don't have to do that stuff again. If you don't learn on the first try that the oven's hot, probably going to be worried about you for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? But if you, the genius, the real smart person is one who watches someone that went through it and learns from their mistakes so they don't never have to go through it. Because I was not that type of kid. My grandpa and everybody older than me was always trying to tell me things and be like, don't do this, don't do that for this reason. And I'm like, you're old. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like old people don't know anything, not knowing that they didn't get old by like doing stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like when someone nowadays, even younger people can tell me something and teach me something that's value that I can change my life with, right? But the thing is, you gotta listen to who's telling you things. Is it someone that doesn't really know what they're talking about but thinks that they know what they're talking about? Are they the ones telling you things, or is it someone that's like been putting in the work, or is it someone that's got like a track record of being a stand-up person? Is it someone that's been to prison telling you don't do this, you're going to go to prison? You know what I mean? Like, if somebody would have told me that, I probably would have done half the stuff that I did in my life. So, it's all a matter of taking heed to someone that's actually trying to help you. 2.5K a month, listing 5 to 10 items a day for the past 2 months. I plan to increase when I can get daily sales of 2 to 5 items daily for over a week. I think I think with you listing 5 to 10 items a day, you should definitely be selling more than two a day. Ideally five a day. Um, already. You've been doing this for 2 months. Okay, so maybe not yet. How long? What were you doing beforehand? I can't really say what you should be doing if you've only been doing that for 2 months. But if you're picking up quality items, it's not going to take long for that to catch up, though. I've been on her about it. Everyone's saying I need to do a channel. I have to get over shyness. Bro, it definitely wears off. I'm not shy anymore. I used to be shy. It used to be so awkward filming out in public. Um, I used to stammer and stutter my way through the videos. I'll go back and watch and be like, this is garbage. Like, why am I even trying to make a channel? And then it starts gaining traction, and then people start, giving you feedback that helps you. Like, some of the best tips that I got were from other YouTubers. Derek ATL Flipper taught me how to make thumbnails. Then Bo Johnson came through and taught me how to make better thumbnails. The day in the life videos that came from asking you guys, what content do you want to see? And 75% of people said they wanted to see behind the scenes footage, processes, like what goes on in a day of a reseller's life. And so that's why I started making those videos. I asked who wants Ben's videos, and that was like the lowest video that people wanted me to make, which is why I don't make Ben's videos that much anymore. Besides the fact that it's total like chaos and just not helpful for me to try and make them that much, it just it loses me money all around the board. But I think everyone in this world, every single person should have a YouTube channel about something. It doesn't have to be reselling. Find a channel, make content on it, and teach people how to do something. And not only will you be fulfilled, but you'll be giving back to the world, and someone else will get fulfillment from whatever skill it is you choose to put out there into the world. You could make a channel on how to customize Yeti mugs, and somebody would watch it. 1,000%. You could do ASMR videos, fast forward speed of you painting Yeti mugs, and someone that would blow up millions of views, I'm sure. I have brands that sell in 90 days for me. I just continue to pick those items up: Carhartt, Patagonia, North Face, Nike, etc. That's the sauce, my friend. That is the sauce. I'm going to be gone for 5 days. I leave on the 13th. What's the best way to set up my store? I'm top rated plus and don't want to lose my status. It's a workcation, family emergency. Turn your store on time away mode. You will not lose top rated plus. Um, if that's what you're worried about, turn your store on time away. Um, there's just no other way. If you don't turn your store on time away mode and you extend your handling time, you will lose 100% of your top rated plus listings. You'll still be top rated, but you won't be top rated plus, so you won't get your discount on those final value fees. And if some of those items were to sell and you get negative feedback from it, you wouldn't be uh, you wouldn't be covered from um, the return labels on those. So, well, I mean, I guess you would be, but it just depends on how many items you've sold successfully before that, right? So if you're like me and I've sold 6,000 items this year. I've had like, I don't know, let's throw an arbitrary number out there, 100 returns, right? So out of 6,000, all those labels are um, paid for. All those 100 returns, the 6,000 successful sales that I've sold, all the 10% final value fee discounts on those go to pay for the 100 labels on the returns that I did get. So I would just turn it on vacation mode and just enjoy your time away. Uh, Allow sales to come in still, and you'll probably sell more. There's a guy in the Patreon right now on vacation mode, sold more than he has in a long time. So sometimes it's just different like that, man. I try to contain my excitement when I find luxury items. Someone I follow on TikTok found Coogee recently. It's on my bucket list. I find Coogee all the time. Sometimes it's only the Coogee that's not popular though. It's not like the Cosby sweaters. I haven't found any of those. Plus size women's is an untapped market in my opinion. I had some free inventory given to me of no name brand items and they sold within 30 days. My women's tops are up right now because I started listing women's plus size tops. I personally mark down every 30 days 15% intervals. That's the way to get things moving. That is smart. I started to do a similar method as I gain watchers on items, or if I send out a bunch of offers and no takers, then I include it in my markdown sale next month. I found a Harley Davidson leather belt with a Confederate flag buckle today at the thrift. It was only 129. That should sell for a lot of money. I think you can get decent money for a leather Harley belt. I think the last one I saw was like $50. I can't really remember. It might not have been Harley though. I think it might have been. It was a Western belt. I can't remember which brand, but you still get decent money for it. Hey Marcus, do you have felony charges, but you were still able to get a passport? Yeah, I have felony charges. I was able to get a passport right here. Now, getting into certain countries is a different thing. I can't go to the UK, which sucks because I really want to go there. But I'm literally going to South America to speak in a prison. So if they're gonna be biased against me for that, man, like that's crazy. Doing video games, I list 10 items a day. It's tough to get inventory to do more than that. So like with that, man, like the best way to do that is to buy it in bulk. But with doing that, you're gonna get a bunch of like straight garbage. So that's the only thing about that, man. All the good stuff is getting put online nowadays. So you gotta like buy in bulk or like put an ad out on um, Facebook or like, Craigslist or whatever the sites are out there. Just have Chat GPT create you an ad and then you put some money behind it and you'll start getting traction. Trust me. I used to be shy, then I had overly dramatic kids. Yeah, shy is not a word I use when referring to Hillary Murphy. Before that, I was listing sporadically, like once a week, like 15 items, maybe skip a week, or then have a week of listing twice a week. It was not consistent, just became consistent with 5 to 10 items. So keep doing that. I'd say by um, the middle of Q4, you should be selling 5 to 10. No questions asked, unless you're not doing as well on sourcing as you think you are, which I don't think you are. So just stick with it, and you should definitely be able to do it. I was concerned about growing too quickly. That's a thing. That's a real thing. Um, if you guys followed me from the beginning, which a lot of you guys have, I started out in one storage unit. Then obviously I moved up to five. You know what I mean? This is all over the course of 2 years, 2.5 years. The first half of the year, the first half of the business, I was still in a one-bedroom apartment, just doing everything in the bedroom. Um, but 6 months into it, I was in a storage unit, and from there on, I've just been rocking with storage units, and I've grown to 8,000 items over the last 2 years, and I've made increments, and almost every 6 months, I was like getting another storage unit. So now the space that I'm in, it's big enough for me to grow into for a little bit. So definitely buying more inventory or running out of space for your inventory, that's a real thing. So I could understand why you were worried about that. Video games is a tough category, especially getting inventory of quality, which is why I switched to clothes. Always enough inventory. That's the reason why I decided to go with clothing too. um, at the end of the day, there's no shortage of clothing. I've got way more clothes than I actually need, right? And I just bought more brand new clothes while I was on vacation. I don't I don't know anyone that doesn't have something that they can't donate right now in the clothing category. So um, that's the reason why I decided to rock with clothing. It's everywhere. It's in abundance. There's no shortage of it, and people always get rid of uh, pretty decent stuff. You know what I mean? Like they buy more stuff, and they're like, "Oh, well, now I got these new clothes. Let me wear these all the time," and then they just neglect their favorite shirt that they had for a year or two. They donate it. Hang on one second. Uh, what AI do you use to make your thumbnails? I use Midjourney. Midjourney is on Discord. and then I use Canva, and then I also use which I haven't used in a while. It's called Virtual Photo Studio, Photo Shed, or something like that. It's $30 a month, and I haven't used it in a month, so I probably need to cancel my subscription for that because it's pretty costly for me to not use it. I saw your ASMR packing video. You should a photography ASMR video so we can do photos together. I was thinking about doing like I would need better internet connection. I was thinking about doing a live where I do like the photos that you guys just be there. I follow several niche small to mid-sized stores to learn what sells well in certain categories. Seems the big stores have slow sell through other than the charity shops. What do you mean? Like other than the charity shops. But yeah, a smaller store is gonna always sell faster than a bigger store, hands down. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's retail or if it's like resell, especially like on eBay. Uh, I know for me, when I was a small store, I was selling way more faster. Not faster. I was selling way more quality type of items uh, with higher sell through than when I had to start buying more items to be able. Because the thing was, is I couldn't get enough of those items. So even at me picking up items that were $25 a piece, if I could only get 40 of them in a week, how am I supposed to how am I supposed to do anything real huge with 40 a week? It's not going to happen. So I had to expand my horizons. And then in order to get more items so I can make more money, I had to grab I'm still grabbing the 40 quality items a week, you know what I mean? Which don't get me wrong, it's more than that now like but I'm still grabbing like 20, 15, $10 items, cuz I have margins to make. Um so the people that have it the sweetest are people that don't have to do what I do. I know I'm not out here telling anyone to list 80 items a day. Don't list 80 items a day. Top rated plus is hard if you have difficult items to ship. I don't recommend it for complex ship sellers. That's why I don't sell anything that's hard to ship. That's ain't nobody got time for that. That's annoying. I used to do that. Then I would need a box for this random item. Then I would need bubble wrap for this random item, and then I would need this for that random. And now I literally just got 800 Tyvek envelopes, 4 boxes of 800 Tyvek envelopes delivered to me. I don't need to get another Tyvek envelope for the rest of the year. I'll get Coogee sweaters if they're Cosby or Biggie design. That's the ones I was talking about. Hey, beautiful baby, how are you? She says hi to you resellers. Lindsay, I do markdown sales based on days listed 30 to 59, 15% off. 60 to 89, 30% off. 90 to 19, 45. So yeah, that's a good strategy. Soda City Flips, what's going on? How you doing? Appreciate you coming and hanging out. Let's see. Heard about saying hi to Christina. Would you recommend signing up with a site that can optimize eBay listings with keywords, for example, Zip Analytics? I've never heard of Zip Analytics, so can't vouch for them. I personally would not. That's just me though. What's up, Fino? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you coming hanging out. I wouldn't pay any keyword site to do my listings for me. The chances are you'll know better than some AI what this item that you're holding in your hand, who the person is that's going to be looking for that item, what the condition of that item would be better suited for as far as keywords. Because if it looks grungy or if it's got some holes in it or if it's distressed or like if it's like going to sell to some dude that's like preppy or like some girl that's like into like boho chic or like some hippie type of chick, how are they going to know that based off what are they going to do? Just guesstimate by what their brand does? You know what I mean? Like certain items inside of certain categories can be garnered towards different types of people. So me personally, I'm a trust on my education of what sells versus some AI because I've had people try to get me to sign up for sponsored apps, these new listing apps, these AI apps that'll list your item for you based off photos. And literally on the app, on the advertisement they're trying to sell me on, has mistakes in the title, very blatant mistakes. Like you're calling these shoes boots. These Converse, they're calling them boots, and then they're also getting the color wrong. You know what I mean? Like if your AI is making, and this is what you're using as a promotional thing to get me to sign on, I'm okay. You know what I mean? I'll let him get all the kinks ironed out first, and then we'll see what happens. Maxine, what's going on? What are the best items to sell? That's a very loaded question there, my friend. It depends on what niche you're wanting to sell in. It depends on what type of profit margin you're looking for. It depends on what you feel like listing. I sell clothing, so I know that there's millions and millions of clothing brands out there. Some of them we've never heard of, which means they're probably not going to be the greatest to sell. Because if we don't know about it, and the vast majority of people don't know about it, it's probably going to be hard to sell. It's probably going to be more based for like a boutique or something like that. The best items to sell are going to be what is the most popular items out there. You can do this type of research by looking at Alibaba, looking at the things that sell the most on there, and then finding the Americanized version of that, or like the branded version of that, and then pick those items up. You can do just simple eBay search from highest to lowest or a number of quantities sold. You can just do a search in each category out there: video games, sort how to low, um, clothing, how to low, and just check all the solds and just find out what's selling the best. And that's going to be the best way to find out what sells, uh, what's the best item to sell. Chances are the best items to sell are going to be items that are going to be hard for you to get, especially just starting out. So like the best items that sell might be iPhone, whatever model it is right now. But how are you going to get those in bulk, being a new seller? And if you do manage to get 20 or 30 of them, how are you going to sell them without eBay shutting you down? Because that's going to happen. I guarantee you, you get on here and you list 30 iPhones as a new eBay seller, they're going to shut your account down. So it's kind of just a thing of going through the motions and doing your research. There's no magic pill, guys. There's no come to alive and ask what's the best thing to sell, and you can get a solid answer. Because best might be different for me compared to you. You've seen eBay has AI write your descriptions now. I don't write a description though, but I've seen some of these descriptions, bro. They're so outlandish and like over the top. Like, wear this Crofton Barrel blouse for a night out on the town. Like, you'll look stunning and ravishing, and like, I don't need to know all that. That's not going to help the shirt sell. You know what I mean? Like, I just need to know what's your return policy. Does it smell like smoke? Does it come from a pet free home? That's what I want to know in the description because the listing tells me everything I need to know. So I feel like it's a little bit extra. I feel like it's an INAD waiting to happen. I feel like it's going to over talk your item and you're going to get more returns. I'm not the one to be like trying to talk someone into buying something. You know what I mean? Like, look at the pictures. Is it what you're looking for? Great. Do you like the price? Awesome. Let's make a deal. You know what I mean? Yo, Costa, how you doing? I just struggle with keywords. Everybody does. As you go along and sell more items and learn more trends and like just do this for some time, you'll gain keyword knowledge. It becomes easier. I still struggle with keywords though, and I mean I wouldn't say I struggle, but I still have keyword issues that come up at least 2 or 3 times a day. I list 50 a day. I create 80 listings a day. I launch 50 a day. So there's not one time that I just make it through all that without having to figure out what's the best keyword for this item. It's just not gonna happen. I haven't been doing it long enough. Which clothing items do you find is returned the most? Um, I don't check like metrics of what's getting returned the most, but if I had to guess, it would be women's. And if I had to like a gun to my head right now, I would say women's pants are probably the thing that gets returned the most, only because pants are shrinking whether it's men's or women's pants. Uh, but most of the time, people don't with one cut to another. They don't like the way something fits on them, or they don't like the way they look in it when they try it on. Dudes are much more simple. We can buy something. If it doesn't fit us exactly the way that we want to, we'll still wear it. You know what I mean? Women are not that way. It has to fit just right. So Definitely women's items, but I don't know if it's women's tops or women's bottoms. I would say women's bottoms because I sell more women's bottoms than women. Actually, I sell more women's tops, but I tend to not pick up something that's gonna not fit properly. You know what I mean? Like I'm picking up like t-shirts, women's t-shirts. I've just recently started picking up women's blouses uh, here lately. Spending eight or less on an item that sells for 30 or more plus shipping. Yeah, but that's kind of broad though, bro. Like what if she doesn't? What if that's not like she or he? What if that's not the business model they're in? You know, like what if they're trying to sell $100 items? You know what I mean? So they want to go out and like buy DVD, VCR, recorder combos. Let's see. Good evening, above always, and everyone. Question: do you sell internationally? Yeah, absolutely. Look at y'all, including my girlfriend in the chat. You guys are so awesome. Yeah, I sell internationally. I sell two or three things internationally today, so I don't think there's any negative side effects. Like it's not going to hurt you whatsoever. Um, eBay covers everything. You know what I'm saying? So like say for instance you get a package lost. Once it's made it to the seller hub or the shipping hub, whatever the eBay international hub, it's out of your hands. It's all up to eBay from there. So like you literally can have the item get lost in customs and you're covered. It's on eBay now. So all you gotta do is get it to Illinois or wherever the nearest one by you is. Mine's going to Illinois, so that's literally the next state over. Not very much is going to happen between here and there. So I feel like for me, it's awesome. It's great. It's definitely something I think you should at least give it a try. Are you doing one-off items or finding bulk of the same shirt? I'm doing one-offs. I don't buy anything in mass quantities, and if I do, it's all one-offs because I'm going to the bins to buy stuff. I only source at the Goodwill outlet. I haven't seen the add AI description yet, so I guess they're still rolling it out. um, are you listening on the computer or on the app? I think I remember seeing it on the app. I don't think I've seen it on the computer, but I'm also selling similar off my own listings, so most of the time my description's already in there. I've been testing out the AI description on eBay and honestly haven't noticed any change in sell through or traffic. I don't think it's going to help you sell anything. I just think it knocks a step out of the process for you. You know what I mean? And so, like, it can eliminate the process, but it's like me. I've tried creating a YouTube title for my YouTube videos using their AI, and their titles suck. It like doesn't even apply to what I'm trying to make the video about. You list mainly on the app, so I think it might be a rollout type of thing. My girl, she sells and she had the option to send offers in bulk on eBay before I did on the app. And she lists way less than I do, so it's probably just gonna have to be one of those things where it just rolls out to you. My descriptions are just my listing titles. My descriptions don't even include my titles. It's just a simple blurb. I'll show you guys. There's a guy There's a guy that just joined the Patreon, and he's like, I got my listing description off of you, and I'm like, I really wish you would change it some. So let me share the screen real quick. Take you off of here. Simple and straight to the point. Um, I used to do all that fluff and filler. Then I realized I was making it harder than it needed to be. So this is my custom description. I keep it in a custom template description. Boom. It's the same for every single listing. It absolutely has nothing to do with the description of the item, except for if you're not happy, hit me up for a solution. Look at the photos for the measurements. It's clean, and I do combined shipping. That's that's the condition description. That's the listing description. Now for the condition description, which actually explains what the item looks like, I have a blurb for each condition. which is going to be either it's in good condition, check measurements. It's going to have a stain, so it's in fair condition. Stains may have distress, check measurements. Snags, check measurements. There's holes, check measurements. Pilling, check measurements. And distressed, check measurements. So I just keep it simple. Um, they don't want to read all that anyway. You know what I mean? So like even when I'm doing store reviews, like and I see someone's got this 45-page description, I'm like, I checked out off the as soon as I saw that. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm here to do a story review, and I there's no way I want to read all that. So if you make it like quick, concise bullet points that's straight to the point, they'll be able to see it because most buyers are skimming through your listing anyway. So they're going to skim through and see, all right, returns, all right, it's clean, yada yada. There's a stain, so most of the time, but it's nothing's foolproof because people will literally text you and ask you what's the waist measurement. It's literally the second photo. They didn't put no effort into looking at your photos. I list primarily on the app. I do like the idea of using AI, so it's one less thing I have to think about. I'm usually listing late at night when my brain isn't fully functional. I'm listing, during the daytime slash evening. And trust me, that's why I have custom made blurbs and condition descriptions and things like that because I don't want to think. I want eBay to be as thoughtless as possible. Uh, just slap some stuff in there and accurate keywords and bada bing, bada boom. It seems to maybe 20% of sales. Seems to be maybe 20% of the sales, but just do it in case there's some benefit in it. Or are you talking about using the AI? By all means, if you want to do it, do it. Hey, bro, I'm at the gym. Just wanted to say, hey, signing off to find something hype for the workout. Let's go. Thank you, brother. Everyone say hi to Matthew. Your vid money in the bank. Okay, money in the bank vid popped up right when I searched eBay reselling. Nice. That's what's up. Is that how you found me? Welcome, welcome. Um, I did a search earlier on eBay on reselling videos. I did a search, just a broad search, and then I filtered by within the last week, and I was in there 3 times. But I also upload 3 times a week, so that makes sense. Uh, let's see, Marcus, how did you include your info in your description again? Which button did you click? I have been copying and pasting. So there's 2 ways that I do it. I have let me go back to sharing. I have a condition description template, which is just in a notepad that I pop up on my screen. Let me make sure you guys can see this. So I pop this up on my screen. Down here on the toolbar, it just says eBay notes, right, on my notepad. And then inside the listing, on this description, you can create a custom template. So inside this template, I created what my description will say, and then I just paste it in here. So I can just tap this description and insert, and it's going to put it in there again. I don't need that in there again. So and that's just how you do it. So you can go to custom template, create a template, and you can make it say whatever you want to say, and then press the save. And so every time you need to use it, it'll be ready to go. But the eBay description is like 2 sentences, not too bad either. Anyone noticing the perks are having issues with ground advantage? The eBay descriptions that I saw were like way too long, like lots of sentences. So I might have gotten better since then. And I'm not having any issues with ground advantage. I'm actually noticing that some items that would go for priority at a more expensive rate are going for like under $7 with ground advantage. So it's pretty awesome. Um, Hi Marcus, when did you come into contact with Bo? I've known Bo for like 2 years now, almost a year and a half ish, something like that. And we met in the Daily Refinement Mentorship, and I've been friends with him ever since. He has a custom template set up through eBay. Yep. Greetings from Holland, by the way. Welcome. What time is it in Holland? Uh, dang, 3 times your corner in the market. What's that? I'm probably far behind. Hmm. Okay, now you're over there speaking some Dutch. I see. Hillary spitting out foreign languages and stuff. Does anyone know the purpose of the character field or the unit field? Characters automatically populated with blue seems to be a waste on specific to niche group of items. So there's absolutely no purpose to filling out character. Usually blue is going to automatically get filled out for some strange reason, especially if you put blue in the title of an item. But it's blue is like blue from Blue's Clues. Uh, you just don't fill out the title or the character unless there's a legit character on your item. So, like if it has Mickey on there or Bart Simpson or somebody on there, put it on there. I don't fill out accents. I don't fill out features. I don't fill out theme. I don't fill out character. A lot of times I'm not even filling out fabric content because if it's not denim or if it's not like fleece or if it's not like silk or rayon or something like that, I don't have time to be trying to figure out what type of fabric. Let's say, for instance, I don't know, freaking this weird button up that I have that I can't tell if it's like, I'm just gonna say it's woven. It's woven. Either it's stitched, like knitted or something very like obvious. I don't have a whole lot of time to be trying to figure out anything other than the most basic of stuff. Um, Bo's got an item specifics guide that is available for purchase if you want help with fabric types, but nobody's searching uh, theme. Nobody's searching character unless they're like actually looking for like a Batman shirt. Then you'll be able to find it. But for me, I'm not doing all that. Oh yeah, it's because I put out 3 uploads in the last week. That's all. Uh, if I was only putting out two, I'd have probably only showed up twice. um, yeah, so I'm only filling out inside of the listing item specifics what's going to help the item sell. Um, I've never had an item that didn't have a character on it that I felt by me putting Barney in this character or me putting Fred Flintstone in this character field, it's really going to help this black solid shirt sell. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not going above and beyond to sell items with item specifics that don't actually apply. That's why I'm not going to get into item specifics thing and like create item specifics either. So like, I see a lot of times where people like put the content, the material tag, they'll put it in the title or they'll put it on the bar the same percentage. So like if it's 99% cotton and 1% elastane, they're putting that in there. That's not searchable. So I just click each box of whatever content is involved in it, or I just simply put cotton blend and I'm moving on. Because I'm just not trying to spend a whole lot of time on listings because that is the most tedious part of it. I just need them to be accurate. Are you taking a picture of the garnet tag? What's the garnet tag? What app do you use to edit your thumbnails? I use Midjourney, Canva, and I use Photoshop. But here lately, I've just been using Midjourney and Canva. Um, and then inside of, for me to get like my face in the videos or in the thumbnails, I'm also using InSwapper. But that's a whole nother thing you have to use inside of Midjourney. So it's a process. You just got to watch some videos on how to make thumbnails with Midjourney. Like it's crazy. Some of this stuff is bananas. Let me show you guys some of this stuff real quick. They're creating some really weird stuff in here. So Midjourney. Can you guys see? Yeah, you can. All right, so look at this. They're making AI's making this. I don't know what it is. AI's making this. AI made this. Just all different types of things. It looks like Brad Pitt. So you can literally like type a command to it to make anything, and it's going to generate all these types of photos. So look, it made this. That looks real as heck, don't it? So it's just pretty cool. Just something to make thumbnails for you. No problem. Oh, garment tag. Yeah, yeah, I do. I definitely include the photo of the contents and the care tag, and then I'm including sometimes I include the if there's like Levi's, for example, it's like a 20-page pamphlet on the tag. I try to include where it's made at too, because a lot of people want to know if it's made in like certain parts of the United States, or if it's made, or not in the United States, but of the country, especially if it's made in the USA, or they want to know if it's like, that's how you can tell some vintage pieces, if it's made in like Mexico and things like that, or if it's made in like Bangladesh or like India and things. They're looking for those types of things. Not gonna lie, what the heck? The AI Marcus in your thumbnails keeps tripping me up. I'm like, hey, that ain't Marcus. Who that? Yeah, it only looks kind of like me, but it saves me so much time to do it instead of trying to like actually take a photo of myself every time to put it in there. Some of them look like me, some of them don't look like me at all. The photo shed one looked more like me, but even these look like really weird. Look, I'll show you. So on photo shed, I'll bring my thing up. These are like images of me that I've been using, but then there's like some that don't look like me at all. Like I've deleted most of them, but then it like messes my eye up in every single picture because my eye's already like, lazy, super lazy, but then it makes it look like real lazy. Where like I look Asian, like there my eyes really messed up. This doesn't even look like me. This doesn't look like me. So it's like you just got to take what you can get sometimes. Sometimes it's going to look like you, sometimes it's not going to look like you. What's your favorite flip on eBay? What is the most you have paid for an item? Was it worth it? Um, I don't have like a favorite flip. Um, I mean, I'm super boring, guys. Like, I've lost all emotion for this stuff for the most part. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I still enjoy doing it, but I try to not be romantic about the items as much as I used to be. Like, when I first start finding like really cool items, I'd be like, so like, wow, this is awesome. But those are few and far in between, and that's not enough for me to keep going off it. So now my motivation is to just be up over last year. You know what I mean? So like as far as like cool things, like I've sold some really great cool sneakers in the past. I've sold um, really expensive sneakers. The most I've ever paid for an item was $750, and I sold it for $1,600. So not the greatest of flips, but it was still decent. Um, I wouldn't want to make that my business model, but one of my more favorite flips was a flannel. I can't remember the name of it now, but it was a blue and black flannel I picked up at the bins in one of the videos that I did in the past, and it sold for like $400. So that was pretty cool. Very unassuming, like by the look of it, but when you touched it, it was super heavy and like you could definitely tell that it was quality item. So that was pretty great. But now, I just find stuff that I've been selling over and over again, and I just rinse and repeat. Can you use the same image? As far as I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Whatever the case may be that you're asking. Like if you're asking if I can use the images that I was just looking at, I don't know. I think you might be able to, but I just only generate my own images because I don't want anybody getting mad that I use their stuff. You should do a community page poll so we can choose the favorite AI markers. Uh, yeah, I could definitely do that. Hey, everyone in the chat, tell us your best flips. What did you pay versus what it sold for? That's a good one. My best flip so far was a wide format printer I picked up for $15 and sold for 600. That's really great. Um, I'm not doing anything like that anytime soon. I used to do stuff like that all the time when I was doing everything, but those cells are not. I can't find those at scale. You know what I mean? So like, while $600 is a great flip, you know what I mean? I want to be able to do it over and over and over again. So those cells make your chart spike really high. You know what I mean? While that's awesome, but then you get like anxiety or like depression like the next day when like you don't have a great sell like that. So I'm just trying to keep it as consistent as possible. Um, like with my chart as far as in sales. So like, case in point, share this with you guys. When I look at my overview page, let's go back to the overview. I look at my chart, right? Like this big spike right here on the third, $897. It really makes you like, what? Why can't it be like that every day? So then, like, I have these like really low days, like today. Today's 316. It's 8 o'clock at night. I'm like, what do I got to do to get this over 500? So I'll just go in here and send offers. Hopefully, somebody accepts them. And that's really all I can do. Sometimes things speed up in the evening time, but seeing those charts like that do that really, I want it to stay as consistent as possible. For the most part, it's kind of like waving up and down on consistent peaks. So I know that every couple of days is going to go up and every few days it's going to go down. So just got to stay focused and not let it throw me off. Let's see. Uh, I agree. High dollar sales are not the norm. I wish they were, right? One of the best flips was a broken iPhone 12 or 13 Pro I found on the floor and sold overnight for $90. Let's go. Who dropped their phone and just left it? My best flip was an item in a bulk buy that cost was $5. A dash cam sold for $2.49. Nice. Nisha says, "Hey Marcus and everyone here, don't forget the like button. Really works. Just had two sales back to back and haven't had any all day. LOL. Nice. Congratulations. Hit the thumbs up, everyone." I would make the joke about, having something going with eBay, but I think people really take that stuff literal. And people really are out here thinking like eBay's blessing me with sales because I make content about eBay, and they're not. I wish they were. I wouldn't be at 316 or whatever I'm at right now if that was the case. I'm just a regular dude that sells a few items a day on eBay. It was great because I didn't even know what model it was, and it still sold. Yeah, iPhone anything will sell. $90 is great. Free 3 book set sold for $199. Hey, let's go. Free $2 is always the best. That's right. Hit the thumbs up. So yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. I gotta hop off here, man. Got a Bible study to do. So catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Got a video coming out at 3 p.m. if everything uploads on time. I really gotta get fiber internet, guys. Uh, so yeah, if you guys want to ask questions, leave them in the comment section. And that's gonna do it for this one. Catch you guys on the next one. But until then, let's make this cash, guys. Peace.